Applying Big Data Understanding to Public Relations. This is a presentation that's going to cover the tools, techniques, and tips for taking the big data tiger by the tail in the 21st century. My name is Dee West, and yes, I do like alliteration, and I'm going to walk you through big data and help you to understand why it's important for us to embrace it as public relations practitioners. What is big data? As the name suggests, it's large. It's huge sets of information that are exchanged every single day, and we have the tools and the ability to find and use trends, behaviors, associations, you name it. We can actually find out what we want to know based on what's happening in the digital community. Now, a lot has happened in the last 20 years. My husband and I are what is called Zennials, and that means that we straddle the time before time when there was no internet, and my children have grown up in this environment where a lot of us spend our time sharing our experiences, maybe more so than having them. But what that means is there's a lot of information about how people are acting and what they like and dislike. As you can see, there has been a huge growth in digital uptake globally. As is always the case, the developing world hasn't embraced it as much as the developed world, but we have a vast number of people connected to the internet and sharing information that we have access to. So this is Hilberton Lopez. If you Google big data or data storage, you're going to see this at some point on your image search. And what it is a illustration of how large the amount of information that is stored and shared has gotten in a very short space of time. 1986, the time before time, to now, it's huge. So don't worry, it's big. We've established that. For example, there is 56 million images changing hands just on Instagram. That's one of several social media platforms that we use. So don't worry about it. Big data is big, but we have access to being able to use it to our advantage. Now, big data as a revenue source, software as a service. So this is companies that are only concerned with helping us to mine and find the information that we want. They're talking about it being a $100 billion a year industry in and of itself by 2027. It's grown in a huge way. So what is the implication for us as PR practitioners? Now, we are concerned with reputation. We want to protect and share and grow the reputation of our clients, and big data is a wonderful tool to help us do this. We can find out what people are saying, when they're saying it, how they're saying it, why they're saying it, how old they are while they're saying it, and we can apply that. Now, keeping this in mind, you need to know what you want to know. What do you want? Think that before you embark on any big data endeavors. Ask the right questions and they'll lead you to the right answers. If you don't know what you're trying to find out, you're not going to get good information. So, as far as PR functionality, the ability to delve into big data and see what's happening helps us with our landscape analysis, what's going on, helps us to set our objectives and then measure against them, helps us with our strategy, our tactics, and our evaluation. It's an amazing opportunity to quantifiably see how successful or unsuccessful we've been with our messaging. It's a cycle. You gotta make sure that you're ready for continuous improving. Quantifying and qualifying your process is easier than ever if you're using the right tools. Big data is going to let you know how many people are engaging. It's going to let you know who you might not be considering, and it's going to help you to do a better job. Internally, I believe that your internal data streams are very important because it's going to build a picture of your tone of voice and your culture, and also give a clearer idea of what you're sharing with the world and how you're sharing it. There's going to be key phrases that you use, and that's important to know what people are thinking when they think of you. Now, on a larger scale, the volume, the value, the variety, the veracity, the viability, and the velocity of big data all have to be considered. Can you use the information? How quickly does it come through? How quickly does it change? The V's of big data are incredibly important and should be considered. I wanted to touch briefly on artificial intelligence. Occasionally there's a little bit of confusion between big data and artificial intelligence. They're two completely separate things. Big data is all the information. It's a lot of information. Artificial intelligence is a computer that is learning to think for itself through experience, much the same as we do. So know that they're different and be aware of that. What you need to know moving into this or any other PR experience is the greatest value of a picture is when it forces us to notice what we didn't expect to see. That was true 100 years ago. It's still true today. Get the information, be prepared to listen to it, be prepared to use it. Garbage in is garbage out. If you don't know what you're asking, if you don't know what you want to know, and if you're not getting the information and taking it on board, you may as well never have bothered in the first place. So be prepared. Don't look for answers that make you look good or your client look good. Look for the answers that are true and be willing to apply them. As the goddess Maya Angelou said, when you know better, do better. Big data allows us to see how we're being perceived and what people are saying and thinking about us and our clients. And being able to apply that is something that big data will help us with. So this is important. You need to know what you're communicating, and you also need to know your objectives. Where are you going to source your data? How big is the data, and has it already been applied? Don't reinvent the wheel. If the information's out there, use it, but be prepared to delve a little bit deeper. Applying your learnings in the public relations process is incredibly important, and big data is going to allow you not only to apply them, but to measure against those objectives. Does your team have the skills to find and use the information? Make sure people are trained, make sure the tools are being useful. Are the tools that you're using to capture the relevant content giving you an accurate picture? Is there an environment that encourages discovery and learning? Very important. And how much investment are you willing to invest? All of this is going to help you to catch the big wave of big data, so don't be scared of it. Be ready to learn, be ready to question, and know what you want to know. Thank you very much.